Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have a whole bunch of stuff to look at and I'm really excited for this. I feel like I say that I'm really excited in every video, but today we're looking at something pretty special, which is a new camera and a bunch of accessories for the camera. Now, these have come from Amazon and B&H Photos. These top ones were from Amazon, and then these bottom two were from B&H Photo, which is the first time I've ever ordered anything from B&H Photo, and I have a little bit of a story to tell about that. I'm going to try to keep it pretty quick, but I ordered these about 2 weeks ago. The camera that I got was back ordered for 3 days, so I was like, okay. It shipped pretty fast because B&H Photo, I've heard a lot of great things about them, and they had a really great price on this camera, so I was like, I'm gonna go with them. They ship it out pretty fast, the back order doesn't last too long, and they ship it through FedEx, which I've never talked about it on this channel before, but I do not like FedEx. And I know there's a lot going on in the world right now, but just years before that, they've just not been great for me. They've always taken so long, and they did exactly what I thought they would and had a whole bunch of problems. The address got messed up and I had to call B&H several times. Literally 3 times I had to call B&H and it kept getting pushed back, and it's been almost 2 weeks now since I ordered my thing because it spent a week and a half going through FedEx and them holding it at the same facility that's a town away from me for like 5 days, which is ridiculous. So finally my packages came and we're gonna go ahead and open them up. Hopefully I didn't go on too much of a rant there, but let's go ahead and open these things up. Alright, so I have all my packages over here. If I put them all on screen, you would not be able to see them. So we're going to start off with this small package here. So this is something extremely exciting. I've always wanted one of these and never been able to get one, and that is, get ready, drum roll, a screen protector. Wow. I'm not gonna waste your guys' time with opening all these things that are just kind of mandatory for a camera. Let's go ahead, open this one up really fast, and there's nothing too interesting in this one either, so I'm gonna go run through it pretty fast. That is some batteries in a surprisingly nice case. These are the Beston batteries, and I saw some good reviews on these, and I didn't have the budget to go buy actual Canon batteries, so these should work pretty well. Got 2 batteries here, and people said they work pretty close to the normal Canon batteries. Alright, enough messing around. Let's go ahead and open up this massive package that actually doesn't really fit in the frame, but is actually kind of half open through weird shipping, but luckily the box is not dented too much, so I think my camera box, which I love to display my camera boxes, so it should be okay in the packaging. Kind of hard to open, and I don't want to damage anything inside, so let's go ahead and try to just rip it open, which is kind of proving to be hard. There we go, and there I see our video creator kit. Okay, oh, this is a little bit bigger than I thought it would be, so let's go ahead and take this out of the box and take a look at this packaging. Alright, so right here we have the video creator kit. Pretty cheesy box. Everybody knows what this looks like. Inside is what matters, and that's what we're going to get to right now, cutting that fresh tape and opening that right there. Opening this, reveals everything inside. Oh yeah, 32 gigabyte SD card. I think it's kind of funny that they include this. I'm not even going to take this out of this packaging because why would I use a U1 C10 32 gigabyte SD card? That just doesn't make much sense to me. But inside right here we have another box with everything inside, so I guess you just pull that out. This is different from what I've seen. You just pull this out and then everything is inside another box. Interesting. And then we have our Rode VideoMic Go right here. Ooh, man, I don't have any microphones or anything, so this looks pretty cool. I know this is not the most amazing mic in the world, but it seems like it's gonna work pretty well with the M50. It looks pretty awesome. I have another accessory that will go with this that you'll see later. And then right here, we have the camera itself, which I'm having trouble pulling out of the packaging. The Canon M50 right here. Ooh, this packaging is kind of heavy. The Canon EOS M50 mirrorless camera. This thing is super awesome for what I've seen. I got the kit lens on it. All right, enough messing around. Let's open this thing up. Oh, okay, so we have the manual right here. That better have all the information you need, because that's a thick boy right there. And then we just have, I don't know if there's a warranty or anything here, so I don't want to show you guys that. So let's open this up. We have the strap, which is a smaller strap since it's a mirrorless camera. We have, let's see, we have the lens right here. Now, as you guys have seen in one of my recent vlogs, I have already taken a look at this thing at Best Buy just to make sure it felt good in the hand. So I kind of know what to expect, but I didn't look at it long. As you saw in the footage, it was like 30 seconds of footage, so I kind of got distracted there. So it's cool to see this in person. Oh man, this is pretty smooth. So I know there's a little locking thing here, which I gotta figure that out because I don't know exactly how that works. But I'm sure I'll figure that out at some point off camera. We have the little tiny baby lens cap, and I'm gonna compare this to a kit lens right now, okay? So we have the normal kit lens and we have a little mirrorless kit lens. Kind of funny how small it is. So this is a, what, 49 millimeter cap, and this is a 58 millimeter. And then also here is a telephoto zoom lens if you wanted a comparison. Kind of funny. I love how small these little lenses are, so I'm excited to see how heavy this ends up being. So let's go ahead and scoot some of this stuff out of the way, put this to the side, pull out the next thing, which is the battery. Let's go ahead and take the little tape off of that, pull that out, and a little protection on it. Got the battery. I don't know how much it is charged, so I am going to throw this on the charger it comes with, which looks like it is right here, and more tape. They like to put plenty of tape on their things, but this is nicely packaged, and I like that it comes with a battery charger because Sony expects you to just plug your battery straight into the camera and then plug a cord into the camera, and then eventually that breaks, so you have to buy a charger separately, but this one comes with one, which is nice. So it feels pretty good to take in and out. Actually, going in is really smooth, and then getting out it's a little bit weird, but I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in off camera so it can be charging. And then last but not least, we have the camera itself right here, the M50. Go ahead and pull that out. Like all that noise? But here we go, right here. The Canon M50, looking very cool and extremely small. Man, I'm excited for this thing. And wow, this thing is super cool. It's got the flip screen, which I'm not gonna touch because I need to put a screen protector on it, but it swivels around, looks pretty awesome. And wow, this thing looks pretty cool. Got the dial there, got the flash that you need to manually push up, but no problem. Got the mic jack here, which is kind of hard to open, but we can plug our Rode VideoMic Go into this. Whew, this is exciting. And then we have a fake cold shoe onto the hot shoe mount, which is right here. And man, this thing is exciting. I'm gonna go ahead and cut and put our little screen protectors on this because I don't want to risk like messing this thing up at all. All right, guys, so we have the screen protector on this. It took me way too long to do because dust was constantly attacking this thing. Also, there are some weird splotches that I need to get out right there, but those are gonna take a little while to work out. So I wanna go ahead and put the kit lens on this thing and see how this thing looks. So let's go ahead and do that now. Line this up, there we go. And wow, that looks pretty cool. And also let's put a battery in this thing just to make sure it turns on, because there's a whole bunch of settings I'm gonna have to go through to even get this thing to work. I'm gonna go ahead and mess with this thing off camera, and I'll see you guys once I get this whole interface figured out. And we're not done because we still have another package right here. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up. This one should be a little bit easier to open because it looks like we have some tear tabs, tightly packaged, which is nice. We have a Rode VideoMic Go dead cat with something attached to it. Oh, which is the Rode VideoMic Go, and a little ND filter, which I got not because I want an ND filter, but because it will protect my lens so it doesn't get scratched. Let's go ahead, take this off, put this on the camera, and it's just simple. It doesn't really hurt the quality at all. There's something on this. Okay, good. I just want to make sure nothing gets trapped inside this. Small threads and wide threads, so they're kind of hard to line up. But there we go, and then we can still put our lens cap on it, and it adds nothing extra to it, so that's kind of nice. Nice little packaging, little plastic packaging, kind of impressive. And we also have the Rode VideoMic Go, which I guess we might as well open up now. Oh my goodness, there we go. I did not want to destroy this, but it really wanted me to destroy it. Looks like just opens like that. This opens, and we pull all the contents out right here, which is the Rode VideoMic Go, and then just the connector cord. Now I like this because you just plug it right in and it just pairs with your camera, it turns on with your camera, you don't need any batteries. It's super nice. So let's go ahead, take this little cord out of here, and then we have the Rode VideoMic Go right here. This is the first time that I've ever seen a Rode VideoMic Go or any Rode VideoMic in person. So I guess all we need to do, take this top latch off, put this on, and then screw this in on the side right here, and then we just take our little connector cables, which I guess it'll go like this, plug that in, and then plug it into the side of this camera right here, and I guess that's plugged in, and now we have a mic. I know I'll have to mess with the settings a little bit and get this mic to really kind of go where I want it to, but we have a mic on our M50 now, and I'll see you guys when I get all this working. Alright, this is a little bit of an outside vlog test, holding the cameras equal distance away from me. Hopefully it looks pretty great on the M50. I'm going to be using the Sony RX100 Mark IV, which is the other camera you're seeing a lot for vlogging still, because M50 is pretty heavy with everything I have on it. Hopefully this looks pretty cool. Hopefully the audio sounds good. You're getting the image from the ND filter and the Rode VideoMic Go with the dead cat on it, so hopefully it sounds and looks pretty awesome. It better, because it wasn't free, so yeah, there we go. Hopefully it looks pretty awesome. I feel like the M50 is a lot brighter and makes everything look a little bit better, and I feel like the RX100 is like just closer to real life, but the RX100 Mark IV is a lot more cropped in on my face. I like how wide the M50 is, so that's kind of pretty awesome looking. Alright, so it's a little bit windy out right now, so it'll be interesting to see how the dead cat is doing. I'm gonna go ahead and take the ND filter off and see if it changes this footage at all. So I'm gonna stand right here, and I think it looks exactly the same, which is perfect, because that's kind of what I want, because I do not want this to mess with my footage at all. If it looks better, that's great with it on, but I just kind of want it just to add another layer of glass so it protects my camera lens. That's kind of the only reason I wanted it on here. And now another thing I want to do is take the microphone off just to see how the built-in microphone is on this thing. So here we go, let's take that out. And this is the built-in microphone on the Canon M50. Hopefully it sounds okay, but it really doesn't matter because I like filming on the Rode VideoMic Go, so putting the Rode VideoMic Go back in, there we go. Hopefully that sounds pretty good. It's having trouble focusing on my face right now. It keeps focusing at things in the background because I need to register my face. That just tells you how early I am in the setup, but like going in a darker situation, it adapts pretty fast, and then going back into a lighter situation like this, it adapts pretty fast to my face, so that's pretty nice to see. I like how the autofocus is working. See, getting darker here, and yeah, it's working pretty well. I'm happy with that. Also, I'm gonna set you guys down and walk a little bit away to see how that looks. Hopefully that looks pretty good, and there we go. Alright, so I've been using the M50 for about 2 or 3 days. I want to go ahead and use it for a day or two just so I could formulate my opinion, because if I just open it, take it out of the package and be like, oh my gosh, it's the best camera ever, give you all the specs, it's awesome, go buy it. I wanted to formulate my own opinion, so just in case like I had this for 2 days and it broke, I would not have already posted the video. So my opinion that I formulated is this thing is awesome. I highly recommend it. There's a lot of things that I really love about this. Like even just like little things that I thought might annoy me, like there's no button for the flash. You have to manually hit the flash up. It didn't bother me at all. I think it's actually kind of a little fun thing to mess around with, which sounds weird enough. The little lock on the kit lens I thought would kind of annoy me a little bit, but it actually just is kind of a nice thing for storage, because if you hit that lock, the lens is like super compact. But if you hit that lock and bring it out, then it's ready to use. You have to spin that out and unlock it whenever you want to use it, but you just do that and then it's in storage mode, which I thought was a nice touch. I like these sensors, so it senses when your eye is put up to the viewfinder and the screen turns off. It kind of got a little bit annoying actually, which I didn't expect it to, because my hand would just randomly go in front of it and it'd switch for a second. I couldn't see my screen and it kind of confused me, but then I figured out why it was doing that. So I don't think that's going to be too big of a deal for me. One thing that I absolutely love with this is the touch screen. Now, I've never really had a good touch screen on a camera. I had a Canon Vixia HFR 1800 or something. It was a number. Canon Vixia, just look those up. Little camcorder. It was one of my first YouTube cameras that had a touchscreen, but it did not work great. This thing, it is awesome. Earlier today there was a nest with a bunch of little birds. Actually, I will have that in my next vlog, which is going to be my next video, so stay tuned for that. But I was using my Sony to try to record them in the nest, and it actually kept focusing on the tree behind the nest. And there was nothing I could do. I could go into manual focus, but it's kind of just, I'm moving the camera around, it's hard to focus on that specific thing constantly. But I then switched to my M50. I was able to just tap the nest and it stayed on focus the whole time, and that was just like, wow, that is really cool. That's a very solid thing about this camera that really impressed me. That was kind of a really big deal, and I am very happy with how that turned out, because you just tap it and the autofocus is really fast and just bam, it's on focus with that thing. You want to switch to something else, bam, it's on focus on the background or whatever you want to change to, and it's really impressive. Now, another thing I wanted to touch on about this was the whole 4K thing. Everybody loves to put 4K on their cameras, and a lot of times, at least I guess with a little bit older cameras, 4K does not work very well. Like on my Sony RX100 Mark IV, which I'm using right now, 4K is good. It doesn't really crop in at all or anything, but you lose a lot of autofocus, image stabilization, and it overheats in like 5 minutes, which is not ideal. This thing, they really wanted to stick 4K on this, and 4K, it does 4K at 24 FPS, but then it crops in a stupid amount where you wouldn't even want to use it at that point, and it's just, autofocus, it loses the like really good autofocus and it reverts back to like an older kind of autofocus, and it just it is really bad. If you're gonna get this for a 4K camera, do not spend some more money. Get like a Sony a6100 or something. But yeah, this is definitely not a 4K camera. 1080p at 30 and then 60 frames. I do 60 frames on all my videos, or at least I try to if my camera allows it. 1080p at 60 frames looks really crisp. It's a nice 1080p, and the 60 frames are, 60 frames is pretty nice. And then it does 120 frames at 720p. I don't recommend doing that because the quality is like it's a decent 720p, but it's still 720p, so it's not super great, and I don't recommend doing slow-mo, but the 1080 at 60 frames per second is just about perfect. So if you're thinking about getting the Video Creator Kit, which obviously is what I chose to get because you get, really good price on the camera, and then you basically get the Rode VideoMic Go for half off. You might be like, once you start doing a lot of research, because the Rode VideoMic Go has a very bad reputation for having popping noises, and it does have that, but it's not bad at all as long as you're not near a Wi-Fi router or you have it like an inch away from your laptop. It will start making popping noise, but like if you're a foot away, it won't pick anything up, at least on mine. Now, a lot of people have had very bad problems with that, but for my test, this seems okay, and I have not had any major issues with this, so I would recommend it. But definitely do your research before you go pick the Video Creator Kit up, because there's a lot of mixed signals coming from all kinds of different people. Now, pretty soon I will have a whole nother video just about the Rode VideoMic Go itself, the dead cat, and how to remedy some of the problems you might have with it. So stay tuned for that if you want to find out a little bit more about this thing. but the onboard microphone on the Canon M50 is very solid. Not amazing, because I don't know of any like built-in camera microphone that is amazing except for the Sony ZV-1. So it's okay for a built-in camera. Now real quick, I'm gonna hop over to a little bit of a lower light, rainy visual test with the audio, because it is raining outside right now. It's about 6:45, so I'm like, okay, about perfect time to get a lower light test with a audio test from the rain with the Rode VideoMic Go. So let's go ahead and switch to that right now. Alright, this is a low light test at about 6:45 p.m. I noticed that there can be some noise in the background of the video when it tries to bump the ISO up too high. So this is on auto ISO. I have no idea what it's at, but hopefully there's not too much grain in like darker areas like my hair and stuff. We'll see. Pretty wide angle lens. I'm very impressed with that. This is holding it at full arm's length. You can definitely see a lot around me, so that's pretty impressive. This is also the audio from the Rode VideoMic Go, and I'm pretty impressed with this overall. Also, consider using my Amazon affiliate link down in the description below. It helps me out and it costs nothing for you, so if you click that link and you go buy anything on Amazon for the same price as it would be, it helps me out. But if you don't, I guess doesn't really matter at all. So if you click it and you don't buy anything though, I can see if you've clicked it or not. So remember that, I'm watching you. So now back to that other guy. Wow, seriously, it's done already? Okay, so here is my vlogging setup that I like to use, and you just saw me using with the Joby GorillaPod SLR Zoom, I think is what it's called. I've had this for like 3 years and it's still doing okay. One of the ball joints is broken, but I mean, I recommend getting one of these. So this is what I use, and of course with the M50 and the Rode VideoMic Go with the dead cat on it. So this is what I'm going to be using in my next video. I'm probably solely using this, so if you want a little bit more footage to see what you can expect in a vlogging setup outside, because we're going to be at a park and doing some cool things, so stay tuned for that if you want a little bit more footage of this thing. Alright, so that about wraps it up for my unboxing and review of the Canon M50 Video Creator Kit with the Rode VideoMic Go and the dead cat, and I feel like I've given you about all the information I can give you about this thing. Hopefully this helped you guys formulate your opinion. But if you found this video helpful, maybe consider going and watching some of my other videos down below. Hit my channel icon and you'll find some other videos. I cannot guarantee you they will be better than this one, but if you have nothing else to do, maybe try it out. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Keep it on.